there's no redemption for Serena Joy in my eyes. She could rot in the pits of hell long after the last breathing cell or molecule on this earth ceased to exist. That is. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my Twisted Life of Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for the bonus video of The Handmaid's Tale. This is supposed to be my character breakdown or my views and thoughts on the characters. But I'll tell you honestly, I don't know where this video is about to go. I really don't. I do know that during the course of this video, I am going to announce who the winner is. There is one winner for the print copy of The Handmaid's Tale written by Miss Margaret Atwood. What I forgot to do when I announced this giveaway, I forgot to announce that this is for U.S. residents only. And since I did not announce that, I am still going to open it up internationally. So no matter where you at, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to pay the cost of the postage fees and get you your book if you win. Now, saying that, one of the commenters mentioned that they couldn't do the contest because they lived in Serbia and this book is not allowed there. So in doing that, I hope that you, as the winner, know the rules and regulations for your country that you live in, because I don't know whether or not this book is acceptable where you live. And if indeed that you cannot get this book because of those rules and regulations, let me know so I can try to give it to someone else. But if you win, I'll contact you on the last video from last week, on the finale video. I'll give you my email address. From there, you will be sending me information so that way I could ship you this book. All right. And I hope that you're over 18. Because entering giveaways, you have to be over the age of 18 within the United States. You got to follow by the United States rules and regulations, even if you don't live in this country. So please be over the 18. But I'm not checking IDs. So that's all I'm saying. I gave those rules and regulations. So it is still open to everybody, even though I failed to mention it. Because usually my giveaways are limited to the United States because the cost of sending books overseas is sometimes pretty expensive. It is hot. Let's get into this. Like I said, I don't even know where this is going to go. As y'all can see, my shelves are emptying out. I'm about to move. And I've been thinking about packing and this, that, and the third. And so it slipped my mind that today was Wednesday. It really did. So I apologize. I have 523 comments on last week's video. If y'all didn't see me around the comment section a lot, that's because I was trying to keep my name out of the lineup as far as the YouTube comment picker when it picks the winner. I didn't want to be like thrown in a circle and like throwing off y'all chances for winning. So I tried not to really comment to anybody for the most part, especially if they were like listing their answers. You had to answer 3 questions. One, I needed to know what was the nickname of one of June's children. I said it all wrong. Okay. So the nicknames that I gave them: Hannah Banana, which is also the nickname that June and them gave Hannah, and I also called Holly Jelly Bean. So that was the answer to that one. Number 2, what was the real name of the handmaid who blew up the Red Center? Her real name was Lily. If you also got her last name, then you got that as well. But that's all I really needed was Lily. So you got that. If you just said Lily, you got it. The third answer would be, what is the name of the Red Center? That was the Rachel and Leah Center. So if you got those 3 answers, and once this random comment picker pick your name, if you got it, you are my winner. That's how simple it is. So let's try to get on into this. Y'all. Y'all know that I am very, 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 very judgmental. Yes, I am. And oh, well, I am. I just how the hell I do. So what we have here, we have Serena Joy as the character. She is the wife of Commander Fred Waterford. Serena Joy is also the orchestrator of Gilead. We have Aunt Lydia. She's equivalent to an overseer, in my opinion. She's the one that gets the girls in line. She breaks them down so that way they could be ready to go on to their next house where they're going to be forced to have sex and have babies for these infertile and barren ass couples called the commander and wives. This is in no particular order. We have Luke. Luke is June's husband. He is not with her. He was not captured. He was able to escape and get away. He's now residing up in Canada. We also have Nick. Nick is supposed to be the guardian for Fred Waterford. He actually is an I, which is basically a secret police. They're the ones who report back on the commanders who are breaking the law. And then he turns out to be not only June's lover, but her baby daddy. Okay. Then we also have Rita. Rita is a Martha. Marthas are basically, I got a gnat. Y'all see this damn gnat in her? What in the entire heck? Rita, I've been cleaning out my sewer drains too. My bathtub got backed up, and the sewer backed up. So I don't know if that's where the gnat came from, but he annoying, and he gonna die. There's gonna be a murder on this camera. I mean, these some books that I don't want to read no more. Barcode Tattoo and Blaze. I might be giving away a lot of books. I don't know. So, Rita, she's a Martha. The Marthas, I always wonder what their role was, what they're doing. The Marthas are basically older women who were already deemed to be infertile, but they were not sent to the colonies because they had certain skills that they could be used to help run households and things of that nature. So that's what Rita is. She's a Martha. She is infertile. She was never a handmaid. Okay. Then there's Emily, who started off as of Glen. Emily is our rebel. She's our rebel. She is one of the two main lesbian characters on the show. She is in servitude as a handmaid, and she is fighting against the grain tooth and nail. She's one of my favorite characters. Then there is Mother Scut. Then there's Moira. I can never say her name right. Moira. I sound like I'm from New Jersey. Moira. There's Moira. She is June's best friend. She's our second lesbian on the show, and I'm only making that a point because they're in the book, the lesbians were considered to be unwomen, so they were basically sent to the colonies. But these two particular lesbian women, Emily and Moira, they had given birth to children before. So any woman that had proved to be able to have children within the last 5 to 7 years, they were made to be handmaids. Eden, she came in late into the show in the second season. She left kind of early, in my opinion. She was the daughter of, oh my God, what is that called? She was the daughter. Yes. She was being raised up. The daughters are supposed to be children of lower class, lower ranking officials, but it didn't seem like her daddy was an official at all to me. He seemed like he was a Nakano husband, but that's what she was supposed to be. They are raised up to be wives of the supposed to be angels. In the book there were angels. They had the angels, and then there was the guardians, and once the guardians got promoted to angels, they were able to get married. So that's basically what Nick did. When he got promoted, he was given a wife, and it was supposed to be Fred's gift. So he's promoted from a guardian up to an angel. Janine. She came in as the one with the quick mouth and the quick tongue, and she really didn't give a fuck about nobody. She was fucking free. She was about that life, you know. And then they broke her. They broke her all the way the fuck down. And they instilled in her a sense of religion. I'll get to the religion in a little bit. So those are who I consider like the main characters to be. Did I forget anybody? Dear goodness, I forgot June. She was supposed to be our doggone heroine in this series, which is so funny because June is she's not one of my favorite characters. Wow. And I just forgot to put her on this doggone list. How do you forget the freaking heroine of the show? She is the one who the story is being narrated through. Now, the difference between the story and the book, there is another character, there's a professor who is actually playing back the tapes that June left. So this is where the narration comes from. Everything that we're hearing her narration, this is being told to a classroom of students about what happened when Gilead was around. Gilead, however I want to pronounce it. Now we're gonna roll with that right there. So those are basically the characters in here, and I said I was gonna try to rank them. There's some good other ones that I could throw in there, like, you know, Lily Fuller of Glenn, the second of Glenn, of Robert, Alma, Putnam, Naomi, Hannah, Holly, Commander Lawrence, who just stepped up in the game. All those people can have some honorable mentions as far as the character list. Okay, now as far as writing a character that is so developed, that pulls on you in so many different ranges of emotions and things of that nature, that award for me goes to Serena Joy. She is my favorite written character. Now let's not mistake that as my favorite person. She is a person that is so worthy of my hate. Let me tell you that. So let me see if I can go back here and break it on down. Somebody asked me to do this live. I thought about it, but I couldn't do it live because I like to try to control the conversation. I don't want this to go too long. I do not want this to be a video that's going to be super hella long. We're already at 11 minutes. So if I do not get through all these characters, there might be a part 2. But understand, the giveaway is only this video. And I'm going to do that giveaway very, very shortly. Matter of fact, I might as well do the video thing right now before I get into the characters. Some of you may stick around for the character assessment or not, but we're gonna get it together. So y'all see, that's my video, my channel, The Word. That is the finale. Again, we had 524 comments. Now what the random comment picker will do is go through them and see how many of them are unique comments. Basically meaning if you commented more than once or you commented on other people's channel, they're going to weed out, or they're going to lump together those names. Okay. So I copy right here. Y'all see me doing that? Copy that. Bam. And then I go over to this YouTube comment picker. This right here. YouTube random comment picker. I drop my YouTube channel, the video's name, down in the little box down there. And it says filter duplicate users. I'm going to turn it off, the filter duplicate users, because I don't want it to try to like limit people that they don't know who the hell it should be limited. So I'm going to turn it off. And then I click the button. Start right there. Bam. Again, you got to have the answer. So once I hit start, bam. What the hell's wrong with my finger? Did I not put it in there? Oh, I got to search the video first. I didn't do that. All right. Then I hit start. And you see everybody's name flying on the screen? All right. Let's see what we got. Is life shenanigans? Let's see if she got it all. She said, girl, this last episode had my heart racing. And then she stays. Oh, my God. But I understand why. But what is she going to do? Where is she going to go? Ugh. Now I got to wait a whole year for the next season. Okay, so since Life Shenanigans didn't enter in the questions, the answers for the questions, she actually isn't the real winner. So there's a little button down here that says pick another winner. We going to click that. But I love that comment, girl. We going to start it again. Bam. It's flying. Flying again. Come on now. Get us a good winner. Bam. Jane Doe. Let's see what Jane Doe got. Thank you so much for all your wonderful reviews this season. I love your enthusiasm and animation when going over each episode. I can't wait to get back to it again next year for season 3. Thank you, Jane Doe. I appreciate that compliment. Jane Doe wasn't an entry either. We're going to keep going until we get a winner. We are. So we're going to do it again. Bam. Pick it. Start again. And it's running. Well, you can see my camera and everything back there. Do-do-do-do-do-do. All right. Jalen Harrell. Jalen Harrell said Jelly Bean and Hannah Banana. She gave me both of them with the little banana emoji. All right now, girl. Lily Fisher and Rachel and Leah Center. Because you put Lily Fisher, That actually is an incorrect answer. Her name is Lily Fuller. But I did just say that if you said Lily, and I was just gonna give it to you because some people only put the first name. So she said, I definitely understand as a mother why June didn't leave. I would have done the same. I just hope nothing happens to all those Marthas that's helped her along the way. Girl, I have no remorse for Serena. She thought she was above the law. Fred's kitchen scene was just disgusting and creepy. Shaking my head. I can't wait for season 3. So Jalen Harrell, even though you put Fisher, you gonna still be the winner because I said if you just had Lily by itself that I was giving it. I said that in the beginning, so y'all know I wasn't cheating. So whoever she is, Jalen Harrell, I'm gonna contact you on this channel in the comment section. I'm gonna find your thing and get your information to you so I can get you your book. Congratulations. Let's all give a big round of applause. Bam! And let's get on with this doggone character assessment before this video get too doggone long. So like I said, I may not even finish it in this one, so this might be 2 parts. So I'm going to start out, like I said, Serena Joy is my most layered character. The character I liked the least was Luke. I didn't like Luke. He was my least favorite. Like, should I start at the bottom? Like, you have an onion. And the onion got layers. And then as you peel back the layer, the onion scent gets stronger and stronger. Your eyes start to cry more. You start feeling like, you get those ugly tears and your sinuses get all affected. Luke is the outside of that onion for me. He's not even like a layer of the onion part that you eat. He's the little brown skin or the coating that be around the ring. That's Luke for me. I didn't like him much. I thought he was selfish and inconsiderate of a person. So then we go on down through the layers. In the middle layers, I'm not going to even break them down as far as what order they are for me right now. But in the center of that onion, the one that makes this show grow, the part of the onion you could put back into the ground and it could sprout and continue to spread, that's Serena Joy for me. That character is so well written. Yvonne Strahovski, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, just received an Emmy Award for that role, and she is so fucking deserving. Cersei on Game of Thrones, somebody else pointed it out as well. That's another character I love to hate. These women are so well written and so well acted out that they can pull so much out of me. Y'all heard me give my disclaimer during the season for people like, don't go on their channels and start threatening them because these are just actors and actresses. That's that person for me. Serena Joy does that for me. The next person on my list would be, as far as like character, oh my goodness, I think it gotta be my ride or die. Emily. Emily was without, she had fear, but she was willing to push through that fear no matter what it takes. She only gave up a little hope at the colonies. Like it's like it was all hope was gone until Janine came along. And Janine is number 3 for me, my next saving grace. That's Janine. I love her as a character. Somebody said that she was like the one who represented the child of Christ. At that point, I could agree with you, but now I have to go back and say, no, that was Eden. Eden was that child of Christ. But Janine has a childlike mentality. She has a childlike view of her faith that makes her so innocent and sees things so innocently, and she has a blind faith that she puts into the religion. So yeah, Janine would be next for me. Then Aunt Lydia. Woo, another one that I love to hate. I love to hate that woman. Aunt Lydia is such a well-developed character. She's a person that I want to know more of her story. Give me some more of Aunt Lydia's backstory. That's what I want to know. Oh, then we get into, who did I have? Then I would say it would be June for me. June will come after Aunt Lydia because she is the one that's in captivity, we're being told this story from her point of view, through her eyes, of things that can happen. But June has something about her that gets on my nerves at times. So then Rita will be next. I want to know more about the Marthas. I want to know more about the Marthas. I want to know what put the fear of God into Rita that she didn't want to help before. You know, what process do the Marthas go through? We know that the handmaids go through the Red Center. I needed to know what the Marthas went through. What is her story? I wanted to know that. So after Rita, my next person would have been Moira, Nick, and then Luke. I might be going out of order. No, I'm going right. Moira, Nick, and then Luke is my last one. So after Moira, her and Nick are kind of tied to me as far as like whether or not I really give a fuck about them. Like point blank period. Like I say, Luke is one of my least people. So I'm finna just go see if I could go back here just for a second. So like I said, I was making this character list, right? And I did not realize until I started speaking that I had forgot to list June on here. So, you know, she's one of those people that's quickly overlooked. And I think that's how she kind of lived her life in Gilead. Being overlooked. Like, she's the main character of the show. I left her off my damn list. It's like a testimony to how I feel about her character. I feel for her because nobody deserves the type of life that she's going through. She doesn't deserve to be enslaved. She doesn't deserve to be forced to be raped and things of the nature. She's very selfish and entitled to me, which makes me dislike her as a character somewhat. Like, I'm rooting for her to win, but I be thinking, girl, you don't give a fuck about nobody but your damn self. You don't even consider the people who have tried to help you along the way, what ramifications they could have when you decided to go change the fucking game plan. Like, we already lost one guy because he, decided to help your ass instead of you standing in the fucking warehouse. And now all these damn Marthas done help you escape this time around. And you don't get on the truck. You don't get on. Not considering all these people that had to help you get out. And Nick, and you saw Nick holding Fred back, the person that you loved. You know it's finna be something that's finna go down. I don't know what's gonna go down. I don't even understand how Nick is gonna be able to walk around, period, if he let Fred go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be hell come tell the captain. I'm saying. But like, she's supposed to be the most significant character. And I find her one of the least fascinating. I'm not the least, but one of the least fascinating. So Serena Joy, like I said, she's one of the most well-developed characters for me. And just for a little clarity, somebody also asked me to do a comparison between the book and the TV show. And I may do that. Like, we could probably do bonus videos for Handmaid's Tale until season 3 if I can come up with enough material, if that's what y'all want. So if I could do that, then I'll do one character a week. So Serena Joy, like I said, just for a little clarity on her role is a lot different than in the book. In the book, she was a singer and TV evangelist. So in the TV show, she is actually a cultural activist. I read this book back in high school. My teacher, this book was banned. My teacher gave us banned books to read. So that's how I ended up reading this back in high school. She was a bit rebellious her damn self. So Serena is like the author of A Woman's Place, which is a book that's returning women back to traditional roles and other, right-wing religious beliefs. Now, understand, because we talk about this all the time in the comment section, the religious beliefs in Gilead, although they are similar, it is not Christianity. Their religious beliefs are not the same as the Christian faith. Those who still practice the Christian faith, they were strung up. The preachers and the priests and all them, they was hung out on the wall to dry. So, and I think if I look back at Eden and what we learned about her at the end of the episode in which, she got killed, she is probably leaning more to the Christian, or trying to walk the way of a Christian, other than walk the way of how the Gilead religion was set up. So Serena, actually, and in the book, one thing that is different than in the book, priests and gay men they could be sent to the colonies. And when they were sent to the colonies, they were dressed in gray sheet dresses, just like the women were. In the TV show, they all strung up on the wall, but they could have been sent. There was men sent to the colonies in the book. So, like I say, Serena wrote her book, A Woman's Place, just basically telling people where they need to go. She was like, she wanted to enforce the idea that fertility was like a resource, like water or gold could be, a commodity, so to speak. And the forced reproduction was like imperative. So, what they needed to do was stage terrorist attacks. And this was all laid out in episode 1. I don't know if a lot of people, not episode 1, season 1. I don't know if a lot of people missed this. When they were doing the flashbacks, they were explaining how all of this went down. And a lot of people when they discussed a lot of things that happened in the day and how did we get to this point. This was all told then, so I'm not making this up. So, Serena thought the idea of having staged terrorist attacks will propel her vision for this Gilead society. And it would be conducive to her own beliefs being manifested. So enslaving women who were known, like I said, recently had birth within the last 5 to 7 years, were how they were going to tap into the resource. And like I said, they would be forced to reproduce and provide children for the people that were in power, who were infertile and barren. And the word infertile is like banned in Gilead, because the men don't want to be accused of the ones not being able to make babies. So they just blame it on the barren ass women. Well, in the beginning, Fred was actually a conspirator to help stage these terrorist attacks. So in my opinion, he was always Serena's bitch and lackey. That's what he was in the beginning. Gilead is 99% what Serena envisioned. And I say 99% and leave that 1% out, because that 1% is where Serena landed, in that 1%. When the council decided to lock her out of any more conversations, they were reminding her of her place, the place that she designed supposedly for other women. For some reason, Serena and Fred thought that since this was her baby, her idea, her concept, that she would be exempt from this life in some form or fashion. But when they shut her out and threw her book in the trash, they were like, thank you, girl, we can take it from here. She accepted this because she was so hell-bent on having her way of life come to fruition. And but so this is why when you see us down in the comment section talking about Serena is to blame for this society, she is. Now, Commander Lawrence may have been the architecture of the economical structure. He figured out how to get money, which was the colony ideas, basically what they were saying. But no, she orchestrated this whole idea of putting a woman back in her place and going through these methods in order to do that, in order to have reproduction. Over time, she was challenging Fred, his manhood, often emasculating him at times, and even though they used to love each other. But like I said, she never challenged her role, because this is a role that she was going to fall into and she was going to act out as long as possible. She may not have liked being in that role, but she was going to make sure that her idea succeeded, at least in her household. Despite the fact that they all still were breaking laws. Y'all realize that they was all breaking laws. Like, half of the goddamn commanders, they didn't even believe in the damn laws. Like the whorehouse Jezebels, that was like a direct slap in the face to the Gilead laws and the ways. The fact that Serena smoked cigarettes. Fred had affairs with the previous handmaids, and Serena knew about it. The growing affection that he had towards June. Serena's using Nick to impregnate June, and she said that a lot of the wives do this. All of this was against the Gilead laws. And since Nick was participating, he wasn't reporting this shit back. Because remember, he was an eye. His job was to report these things. He wouldn't report that shit back. He knew about Jezebels. He knew that he was fucking June because of Serena's, word. On top of the fact that he was sneaking behind their back and fucking June anyway. This woman is enslaved and in captivity, and you decided to go have a tryst with her. What the fuck type of shit is that? So, I think knowing all these things, though, that all these things were going wrong, gave June some hope that she could use Serena, Fred, and Nick, really, to help her live a better life, an easier life. It was never June's idea to escape. She wanted to live a better life, an easier life, and she wanted to make sure that Hannah was safe. But June was never thinking of escaping, I don't believe. She had been in captivity like 4.5 years before going to the Waterfords. Each command, she was supposed to be there 2 years. If you didn't produce a baby in 2 years, you moved on to the next one. After your third try, then you get sent to the colonies. And so the Waterfords was her last chance. She had to make it work here. And she figured that, if she would comply, they would let her see her daughter. Maybe they would keep her around a little longer. Because if she conceived, this was one thing that was similar to the book. If she did conceive, you never are supposed to be sent to the colonies. You would never be considered unwomen, even if you did not produce another baby. So this was June's way of living. She was one of the guys, I want to say his name was Muhammad, was saying that June was choosing to sleep with Fred. She was choosing it. She was a slave. I can't even say she was choosing to live, because she never knew if it was going to work. But she was a fucking slave. But she had succumbed to this way of life because that's all she knew. That's why I say I don't even think the idea of escape was for her. When she agreed to have sex with Nick for Serena in hopes of conceiving, Serena thought she was doing her a favor. Like, at least just keep your ass alive, because if you, like, say you produce a baby, you'll never be considered an unwoman. But it was all for the benefit of Serena to have that baby. And when she learned that Fred had some type of affection for June, her jealousy got in the way. He had already been fucking around with the last Handmaid. Remember when the first season started off, that Handmaid hung herself. Because she was afraid of what Serena was going to do. Like, Serena is the bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I didn't even know which way this shit was going to go. But as far as, like, how layered her character is written, like I said, I hate to say it, but Serena Joy tops the list for me. She is the best written character on this show. Like I said, that does not mean that she is the best person as far as a fictional person on this show. Serena Joy is as vile as they come. Like I say, she's just so well written. She is the character, like I said, that makes me feel all the emotions. And if I wasn't such a cold-hearted person, I would probably be like most of y'all and still believe that she will be on our side at some point and still have hopes that she would be on our side. I think Serena was probably going to come on our side a little bit long, but I ain't hoping for it. I don't give a fuck if she do. She's still going to be a bitch in my eyes. But y'all believe that her little good deeds show that somehow she got humanity left in her. Again, I'm just not that person. So I wish nothing good for her character. Nothing good enough. No matter what good she does, I will always see her as an evil person with the capabilities of doing a good deed. Vice being a person who has done evil things with the capability of being a good person or being redeemable. There's no redemption for Serena Joy in my eyes. She could rot in the pits of hell long after the last breathing cell or molecule on this earth ceased to exist. That is how much I despise her fictional person. Go to hell, Serena Joy. And that seems kind of weird considering that I'm saying that I like the character development of that person. Like I was saying, Fred is like the character that has grown the most to me. I'm not saying this in a good way either, but he's grown. Like, as I stated, he started off as Serena's kind of like a little bitch, so to speak. He kind of soon slipped into the role of the asshole leader. It was like he was putting on a nice little pair of loafers, the fit felt good to him. He was high stepping him, bouncing him. He was like feeling good on his feet. And, like, all that emasculating Serena had been doing or was prone to do was getting on his fucking nerves. And he finally realized that I'm the one with the power here. I'm the one with the dick. Not you. I got the power. So he seemed like he probably was the cool dude to kick it with back in the day, but and his true colors coming out. That's the same way I feel about y'all doggone Commander-in-Chief. I call him Commander Zero. Everybody wanted to be with Commander-in-Chief. People was putting his name in rap songs. They want to go stay at the towers and all that shit here. They wanted to watch the Celebrity Apprentice and all. They was riding his dick because he was him. And now this motherfucker is in charge, and y'all see that he's an asshole, and he always has been. You know what I'm saying? And I don't give a fuck about his wife either. I know a lot of women like, oh my God, she's trapped in that marriage. No, fuck that. She's right where she want to be. She's just like Serena Joy to me. And she probably in the back wings orchestrating a lot of shit. All these god doggone meetings with the Russians and all that god doggone thing. She probably back there orchestrating a whole bunch of that shit. And y'all just don't think that she had anything to do with it. Y'all think she just a mild, meek little wife just sitting back there being quiet. You don't fuck with somebody like that all this god doggone time and not be in parallel with some of his damn thoughts and process and shit. Fuck that. You can't make me believe that shit. So it's like one thing being a Republican and be married to a Democrat, just having two different political views, but just to be this fucking heinous and then you comfortable, fuck that. I don't feel nothing for her ass either. Like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like, because Serena just didn't envision that this was going to be her life. That's all it was. She just didn't envision that this was going to be the life that she was going to live. She thought she was going to be living high on the hog and not have to like conform like the rest of the women. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander, baby. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, Serena. So I'm finna jump all over the place. Luke, like I said, he was my least liked character. I found him to be selfish and inconsiderate. He was an inconsiderate asshole. I don't even want to talk about him much. I really want him to find out that Nick is the father of that baby just so it could smack his ass in the face. Not so that June could be confronted with June. You get him how you got him. You see what I'm saying? You get him how you got him. That's the same way you got June. Y'all a secret illicit affair when your wife was at home. And I think she said she was trying to conceive a baby and everything. And y'all creeping and shit. And y'all feel so selfish in love. And now that's what June is with Nick. I just want that to be thrown up in Luke's motherfucking face. I do. But he didn't con June into that relationship, not by any means. She walked into that motherfucker willingly because I think she just as selfish and inconsiderate as he is. And like I said, she has some sense of self-entitlement to herself. She don't give a fuck who gets hurt by her actions as long as she gets what she needs out of it. And this is where I find that her and Serena Joy are one and the same person in a lot of ways. Like when she was sitting down, somebody said they didn't think that June was trying to be nice to Serena, that she was manipulating her, and I beg to differ. And the reason why I beg to differ is that because just think about the time when she was working with Serena. She felt at home, like this was her rightful place. They weren't doing things to try to make better the lives of the handmaids. That's not what they were doing. Serena was just going to be in charge, and she was laxing some of the shit that old boy had put in place, but making the handmaids' lives better? No. Serena didn't give a fuck about not doing none of that. And June wasn't trying to manipulate her into changing laws that would better the handmaids' lives. June was only concerned about herself. She really did think that she had a friend in Serena. Now, manipulation, I thought that she was manipulating Fred. I agreed. I think she was manipulating Fred. But for Serena, she really thought that she could make her an ally. She really, really did. This is one reason why I think she said that before all this, I think me and Serena could have been friends. So, like, we want to uplift June because she's in captivity, but her actions show me she is exactly who I thought she was. My camera just clicked. I don't know what happened. We're going to pause and I'm going to come right back. All right, I'm right back. So, like I said, June is, like I say, we want to uplift her because she's in captivity, but like her actions tell me exactly who I always thought she was. I'm hoping that when we come back in season 3, that she proves to me that she's a different person. Like that, I'm reading her a little bit wrong. Like 2 people that I read wrong were Nick and Eden. I'm gonna start with Nick. The entire first season, I suspected Nick to be up to no good. I kept saying that he had something up his sleeve, and what he had up his sleeve was that he was an eye. Like I told y'all before, the eyes are the ones who report back to the commanders who are breaking the laws. They plants. They kind of like secret police, so to speak. I hated Nick for a while. And even though I have not expressed it during season 2, I still don't like Nick. Y'all probably shocked about that shit. I don't like Nick. And I'm going to tell you why I don't like Nick. It's a couple reasons. 2 reasons. One, because he chose this life. When Commander Price approached him, he was given the choice to serve and to be a guardian and to be an eye. There was no clear threat at that point as to the endangerment when he agreed to do this. Like, when they first started, like, taking the women and making them not eligible to work and all the Gilead Guardians was like hanging about around the buildings and office spaces and keeping an eye on people. That's when Nick was recruited, and he willingly walked into that. His life, like I said, his life wasn't in endangerment at that point when he agreed to do this. He's lived in his house for years, going along with the program, watching women being raped and abused, and he had no thought or idea to help any of them. And it wasn't until he got his dick wet with June and caught a little motherfucking feelings for her that he decided to help her. If she hadn't gotten pregnant, I don't think that he would have. I really don't. He probably would have just still been sneaking in her bed at the night, having a secret affair with a woman who had no choice to beat her. However, I do applaud his current efforts in season 2. The efforts he made to help her escape both times to safety. He did put his life in jeopardy and on the line. And up until this last episode, I would not have guessed he would have did it. And I do not think he would ever do it again for anybody else. I do not think Nick is that person that will be willing to risk his life for another handmaid, or even a Martha for that matter, to get the fuck up out of there. I just don't think that Nick is that person. If you ever watched the show Underground, if you haven't watched that show, it's on Hulu too. It only lasted 2 seasons. I'm so mad when the damn show got canceled. But watch Underground. It's on Hulu. There was 2 slaves that had escaped, Noah and Rosalie. And after they made it to freedom, Rosalie felt the need to go back and get more people free. Noah wasn't too keen on this idea. Now, there was a baby involved later on in the second season as well. But Noah just wanted them to be free and not look back ever. She still had family back there and everything. And Noah was like, why risk it? I think that's Nick. Nick has talked a lot about dreaming of them being together, skipping off hand in hand in La La Land, and but helping somebody else, that I just don't see that. I just don't see it happening with Nick, which is why he gave no fucks about Eden for real. And like I said, I was wrong about Eden. Oh my goodness, I wasn't nice to her. I was wrong. I thought that she was gonna be another Serena Joy in the making. Serena was trying to groom her to be. And remember I said that the Gilead religion and the Christian religion was similar but not the same. I think Eden held fast to the biblical teachings, but not necessarily the Gilead way. She was trying to follow it more and more, and even though she was committing adultery, she knew this forced marriage was not of God. Her death did something to me. It did. I'm actually pissed off at the show for killing her off so fast, because there was so much more I think we could have done with that character. She was the child of God, the childlike faith, like the show kind of focuses more, even though they use religion, I think they focus more on the moral compass over being a true believer of the Bible. Because Aunt Lydia technically is a true believer. She just goes on the hell-bent path on it. She picks out all the bad shit to instill, to like keep your ass in line. But that's what they did to black people in slavery. They used the Bible and Christianity to keep us in line, to keep us enslaved, and to justify their bullshit. And that's basically what Aunt Lydia does. That's why I say she's equivalent to an overseer to me. But her character too, I love to hate her. At the end, y'all know she got all stamped up, and I was happy. Oh, I was happy Emily took it to her ass. But I do not want Aunt Lydia to die right now. It's so much more that she gonna have to give me. So much more. Yeah, I don't want Aunt Lydia to die yet. Moira, I don't have much to say about her. It's now in the book, once Moira was sent to okay, Moira wasn't sent to I don't want to ruin the book. In the book, the Jezebels, the women who were there as Jezebels, they were sterilized. You don't sterilize women, do you? They made them infertile. They had surgeries and procedures to make them infertile, so that way they could just fuck with, randomly without worry about ever getting pregnant. They never wanted to get a Jezebel pregnant. So I don't know if that happened to her when she went there or not, because as a Jezebel, that she can no longer have children, which means that she could never go back to being a handmaid. She couldn't have went back to being a handmaid. Her only other option was to go into the colonies. Somebody had asked what happened to the black people in the book. And I had said that black people went to the colonies. The black people were sent to, so correct myself because that was wrong. The black people in the books were sent to, they were considered to be the children of Ham, and they were sent to the Midwest. The colonies were basically the gender traders, the lesbians, the unwomen, gender traders, I guess. Like I said, the people who were fighting against the system, the people who performed abortions and things like that, they all went to the colonies. Like I said, even men were sent to the colonies in the books. But yeah, the black people were sent, they were considered children of Ham. They were sent off to the Midwest, some goddamn word. So Moira wouldn't even, she'd have been gone to some damn anywhere else. Who else I didn't speak about? I think I talked on everybody or touched on everybody for a little bit. This is a long ass video and I didn't want to make this long. I think it's already 45 minutes. So again, if y'all want me to come back and talk about this some more, because I really could say a lot more. Like I said, I tried to do a book comparison as best as possible from what I remember about the book. And if y'all got things to correct me, go ahead and do so. I have no problem doing that. Sometimes y'all be thinking y'all correcting me like, oh, I'm checking her type shit. And I don't ever take it that way because I need correcting somebody. I'm wrong 2.3456% of the time. I know this. So, yeah, if there's anything else specific, because I wanted to really get like deep into each character. This is a 45-minute video, and I really only talk much about Serena Joy for real, because she's my most liked character. And then maybe I'll do it again. But congratulations also to Jalen Harrell or Jalen Harrell. I will contact you via YouTube from that video and send you my email, so that way you can send me your email and then I'll send you the submission form. My Twisted Life is indeed in compliance with the giveaway guidelines of the United States. So I will send you a submission form to get your complete mailing address. If you do not want to give me your legal name, that's fine, but it has to be a name that if I send it to where you live, the person who delivered it will know who the fuck you are. Like, you can send stuff to my post office box, to My Twisted Life, and I get it. So whoever is taking your mail got to know who the fuck you are if you don't want to give me your legal name on that form. I think that's it. So, like, if y'all want me to try to come back with more stuff about The Handmaid's Tale and try to do a more thorough breakdown, if y'all had questions about what the heck I said in this video, we could talk about it in the comment section. It may end up being another video, so I could be more specific, like comparing this show to the doggone government right now. You know, I can get a little more deeper in that as well. What I got hopes for season 3, I'm hoping, I hope Emily won, because like I was saying in the comment section, that June just gave off Jelly Bean to Emily without considering what a threat that is putting on Emily. She's already a target for stabbing up Aunt Lydia, and now you're putting her out with a damn baby. Do you know what you just did to that girl? There's no guarantee she gonna even fucking make it. You know what I'm saying? We hoping that she gonna make it. Everybody just assuming that she gonna make it to Canada, and that she gonna raise little Jelly Bean. June didn't make it. Ain't no guarantee she gonna make it out either, especially toting a nursing baby around. There's no fucking guarantee. We just got hopes. I hope she make it, and I hope that Emily turns into my Rosalie from Underground and decides that she want to come back and help people. That's what I'm hoping. Now June has never had any idea of how to escape ever in life. She never once initiated an escape on her own that I can recall. Every time she has tried to escape, it's been with the help of another person that she just kind of like didn't give a fuck that they was helping her, in my opinion, and jeopardized them in the escape process. But what she's doing now, I said that if she got her ass, that she didn't get on her, that she better be going back for Hannah Banana. I hope she's going back for Hannah Banana, but how? What the hell are you gonna do? You gonna try to go and find Commander Lawrence? You don't even know where he live. Y'all don't know where Commander Lawrence live. How you gonna find him? how are you going to maneuver around this community that is not only looking for Emily, they looking for your ass. You just done kidnapped another damn baby up in there. How you going to maneuver? Everybody kept saying, I hope she go back to the house and teams up with Serena Joy. How the fuck is she going to go back to that house? The only way she can go back to that house is if Nick took it over. Maybe with the help of Serena too. But she walked back in that house without that damn baby. Do you think Serena's going to be nice to June? Come on. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. You made me give up my fucking baby. This is Serena's mind. And now you done brought your black ass back. I know she ain't black, but I'm calling her black ass. You done brought your black ass back. I just don't see it. I can't see her going back to the Waterfords. Somebody else mentioned that they thought that what they didn't like about this show is that we focused on June so much. They wished that they would have came back season 2, focused on another Handmaid. And in a way, that could have been a good way to go because, like I said, season 1 was basically the book. And you were kind of left with a cliffhanger in the book. I don't want to talk about it if you haven't read the book. You were kind of left with a cliffhanger in the book. And so they could have did that. They could have focused on Janine's household now, or Emily, or somebody else, or the Marthas. Like, I want to know what's going on with the Marthas. They could have did that. But like I said, my camera keeps freezing. What in the entire fuck? It's telling me I need to wind this on down. That's what it's telling me. So, I'm hoping that she finna go back and be a fucking renegade. I just don't know how she gonna do it. You ain't got no weapons. You ain't got no guns. It's still winter. You still out there in the cold with nothing but your goddamn Red Riding Hood coat. The only thing that you do have is a knowledge of how to get from the Waterford's house to that road. And you know that it's a train going by. That's the train that Moira ended up on. You know that. How to get back there from any place else. I wonder how she gonna do this. I wonder how this gonna go. How you gonna find Hannah Banana? And yeah. And we really, I hope y'all noticed that in this season finale there was no flashback. There was no flashback at all, which is telling me that the show is about to move forward. That's what it's telling me. The show is about to move forward, and we may not be going back to get pieces of the past now. With the exception of, I want to know what happened at that damn house when June was out there. I want to know what happened with Nick. I want to know that story. That's a flashback I want to know. But we can move forward. We can. I like that idea. Thank y'all for coming back and sitting here with me this long-ass video. It's almost a damn hour, ain't it? Lord Jesus. Well, I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate all your comments, all your feedback. And like I said, if there's something else that you think you want me to do with The Handmaid's Tale, leave it in the comment section and maybe I can put together something in the next week or two. But I am trying to move. I really am. I plan on being out of this house within the next 30 days, and I am moving across the country to a different state. So I'll have a whole new background and setup or some stuff like that, you know. So like the video if you feel so inclined to do so. You already know to comment down in the comment section. Share the video with your family, your friends, on your YouTube stations, or on your Instagrams and Twitters and all that there. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, because I have a lot of videos that's coming up. I think I mentioned this before. Right now I'm doing Power that comes on Stars. I'm doing Queen Sugar that comes on the OWN network. Insecure will be coming up on HBO. Game of Thrones is not coming back to next year. The Walking Dead will be coming on AMC in October. I also do This Is Us. I love This Is Us. That's coming back on ABC, and I'll be back with it. Black Lightning, I'll be back with that. I didn't mention last time the Greenleaf. I also do that show. I will be back with that. Star Trek Discovery. I am a sci-fi geek for real, y'all. I like sci-fi. I'll be back with Star Trek Discovery as well. If any top model shows come out, whether it's Asia, Australia, Canada, Great Britain, or the United States, I'll be recapping and reviewing the top models as well. And I also do what I call first looks. If you recommend to me a show to watch, I will try to give it at least a watch on the first episode of the first season that they have out there. And then I'll do a first look video telling you whether or not I like it, whether or not I will binge watch it, Oh, Krypton. I liked the first opening of Krypton. I almost binge watched it that whole night, so I might come back and do recaps and reviews on Krypton. And also The Rain. That came on Netflix. I started watching The Rain. I binge watched that the whole in one doggone night. I like stuff like that, so I might do that. I know I still have to do my first look video on the OA. I still have to do my first look video on The Rain, even though I binge watched the whole damn season. So then, if you give me a show to watch that I normally don't watch, half the time I used to tell people I ain't gonna watch that shit. I will watch at least the first episode, and then you might get a first look video on my channel, giving my thoughts and opinions on the show with possibly a small recap, but it may just be my thoughts and opinions. Thank y'all again. I appreciate you. This video is super long. Peace, y'all.